Good morning. So glad to see you this morning. Happy Saturday to you. I am truly grateful. I'm coming on back around on this side. You know your girl, I don't like going to the doctor. I didn't go to the doctor. But I feel so much better. I really do. I feel so much better. I don't know what happened, but here I am. Here I am. So I'm truly grateful, feeling a lot better. Thank you all so much for your prayers and everything. Always a blessing. Good morning, Shanika. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Brother Warren. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Saturday to you. Good morning, Kenya. Thank you so much for joining. As I sit here, I'm just listening to the birds. And good morning, Dala. Thank you so much for joining. Listening to nature. And I'm actually getting ready to go and get me some coffee, but I wanted to tune in here just for a few minutes. And it is always a blessing and always just a joy to see you. But I am feeling so much better because a couple of days ago, I didn't know if I was going to comment, but here I am, and prayer always changes things. I'm not one to immediately run to the doctor, and I didn't go to the doctor, but, sometimes we have to just use, we have to use our best judgment, right? So anyway, go ahead and invite someone. Share this out. Go ahead and invite someone. Share this out if you would. Super excited. So happy Saturday to you. You see the title of this live feed is You do not need anyone's permission to live the life of your dream. And so today, I want this to be kind of interactive. I want you to talk to me. I want you to, not just so much talk to me, talk to each other. I also want you to talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. Evaluate yourself to see, just say let's say the last 3 to 5 years. Have you really lived the life of your dreams, or have you lived the life of struggle, barely getting by? You're making ends meet, and you have settled in your mind that you're okay the way you are. But I know, for so many of us, it's not that we're not grateful. It is not that we're not grateful for what we have. We are. But when you get in a mindset and you park in a place, good morning, Pam. Thank you so much for joining. When you park in a place that what you have is enough, it shuts off your creativity. It shuts off your desire to go after more, to do more, to accomplish more, to be more, to have more. It cuts off your creativity to even be a bigger blessing to other people, because you may have the heart and the mind to, but you don't have the money. So we have to say, we may have enough to put food on the table, but do we have enough to be a blessing to other people? Do we have enough to help the orphans and the widows? Do we have enough to help our family and friends? Do we have enough to do those things that we have been called to do, to pay our tithes and, to be a blessing to the house of God? Do we have enough to do those things? And so this morning, I want you to think about, where have you been financially for the last 3 to 5 years? And even with the hit with COVID-19, Where have you been financially? Have you been barely making it by? For those that, where hours were cut or pay was cut or was not able to work, was terminated. Some were furloughed. Some were, laid off to get unemployment. How did that affect you financially, but how did it affect you mentally, knowing that you were not prepared for something to happen because you were already on the edge of struggle? You were already on the edge of struggle, and so you adjust in your mind that all these other things you don't need and you don't want, because really the only reason you feel like you don't need them and don't want them is because you can't afford them. So where are you financially? Where are you emotionally in this season? In this season. So be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself and look at, what is it that you could do to change your trajectory, to change. Good morning, Sasha. Thank you so much for joining. What is it that you can do that could change the direction that you are heading if where you are heading is the wrong way? Good morning. Good morning. So we're going to go through a couple of things that you need to do no matter what your goal is, no matter what your desires is. Good morning, Regina. Thank you so much for joining. I need you all to go ahead and share this out. And so just remember that you don't need nobody's permission. And see, a lot of us, we are talked out of what we want to do because we talking to the wrong people. I'm going to say that again. A lot of us are talked out of what we want to do because we are talking to the wrong people. We are listening at the advice of people that are not doing. Good morning, Brenda. Thank you so much for joining. They're not doing what you want to do. We're talking to people that don't see the reason why you want to do what you want to do. But see, there's a call on your life. There's a call on your life. There's a purpose for your existence. And they may not see that. They may not know that. So they would tell you that you should stay in a place that you are not happy in. That you should stay in a place that they're not even familiar with your experience in the place. That you should stay in a place that they don't even know, they don't know the ins and out of where you are. But you have went to them for their advice. So can I give you some advice this morning? Coach O wants you to know that your life is your life and you don't need nobody's permission for you to live the life of your dream. There's nothing wrong with running things by people that you love and people that care about you. But you should not allow their opinion to stop you from living the life of your dreams because they don't understand the path that you're getting ready to travel. So this morning, I want you to I need you to be very intentional on knowing what to do. And the only way that you would know what to do is you got to know where you're going. And what I mean by knowing where you're going, you have to know what you want. Because see, if you know what you want, you would know where you have to go or what you have to do to get it. But if you're not clear on what you want, you don't know where to go get it. Because you haven't made a decision. There is power in decision. When you make a decision, you've already did half the work. When you make a decision, see, the enemy want to keep you indecisive. He want to keep you, one foot in and one foot out. He want to keep you, kind of, sort of in the dark. Want to keep you, kind of, sort of, you're kind of afraid. Want to keep you doubtful and fearful. There is power in making a decision. You cannot remain indecisive that I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know, how I'm going to get it. We can't remain decisive on everything. We have to first make a decision on what we want. The how will come. The how will come along the way. But a lot of times we would not make the decision because we have put the how first. It's like trying to put the cart in front of the horse. But you got to ride the horse. And you let the horse guide the cart, but don't put the cart in front of the horse and think that the horse can lead from the back. So you trying to figure out, you won't even dream because you don't know how the dream gonna come true. So you are afraid to dream. You're afraid to imagine. You are afraid to ask. You are afraid to say it. But you gotta first make the decision of what it is that you want. What business did you want to start? What career path did you want to go out? What relationship status do you want to be? Where do you want to be in your spiritual life? Where do you want to be with your finances? If you're happy with being able just to pay all your bills and that's all that makes you happy, you got to say that. But if you want to be able to live in your overflow where you can be a blessing to other people, where you can pay all your bills, where you can have some self-care days, and you can have some vacation times, and you can have some rental properties, and you can have some foundations, and whatever your desires are, you have to know what it is that you want. Because once you put it out there in the universe will make the how possible. The universe will make the how possible. We got to make up our mind. Good morning, Lillian. Thank you so much for joining. When we make up our minds and what we want, the how will come. We spend all our time trying to figure out how we going to do this and how this going to work out and how will people receive me? How will people accept me? How will people see me? You don't have to worry about all that. You just got to worry about showing up. When you show up, those that's supposed to see you and accept you and receive you, they will. You got to have this filter on where you realize that everybody is not your people. Everybody is not going to be your support. Everybody is not a part of your purpose, but you have a set of people that will be there to help you, that will be there to support you, that will be there in believing, and that will be there in your building. You got people that will be there. So you got to know what it is that you want. Ask yourself this morning, what do I really want? If time and money was not a problem, what would I want? Would I want to live where I live? Would I want to drive what I drive? Would I want to do what I'm doing if money and time was not a problem? If money and time was not a problem, what do I desire? What do I desire? Y'all quiet this morning. What is it do I desire? What business do I want? Where do I want to stay? What do I want to drive? What do I want to live in? Who do I want to impact? Where in the world do I want to travel to be able to see the world? So you got to ask yourself, what do I really want? And do you know, if you don't want nothing, you can have that. If you don't want a legacy and you don't want a roof over your head or you don't want nice transportation, you can have that. The universe will make a way. It will make it happen. Will make your wish come true if you don't want nothing. Because guess what? When we don't take action, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen when we don't take action. We have to make a decision that I have made a decision to do 1, 2, 3. I have made a decision to do this. And I have made a decision I needed this. Amen. I have made a decision to do this thing. So we can put in the comments, number 1, we have to have a desire. We have to have a desire. Let me put that in the comments. Number 1, we must have a desire. Because see, without a desire, nothing else matters. If you don't have a desire, you don't have to do nothing. And then number two, we must make a decision. We cannot stay in the middle. We cannot keep, we must make a decision. We cannot stay in the middle and be indecisive and say, I kind of want it, but I don't know if I really want it. I don't think I want it. You got to make a decision and say, I want this, and I don't know how I'm going to do this, but this is what I tell my sister all the time. I said, I may not never make it, but I'm going to die trying. I am going to die trying. I am not going to leave here until I have exhausted every alternative, until I have done everything that I can. That's why I make investments in me. Yesterday and day before yesterday, even when I didn't feel good, I was a part of a 2-day workshop that I had invested in strategic planning. Strategic planning. You have to make a decision because one, nothing is just going to happen. It's not going to just happen. I don't care how cute we are. I don't care how smart we are. Nothing in our lives are going to just happen. We have to be active participants in our lives. We have to be active participants in our life. We have to be active in our desire. We have to be active in our decision. And if we don't do anything, nothing would happen. Let me put that in the comments. Number three, we must be an active participant. In our lives. We cannot allow other people to have more action in our life than we do. You gotta be your number one, not just your number one fan, but you gotta be that one that believe in you when don't nobody else believe in you. You gotta be that one that believe in your dream when nobody else believe in your dream. You gotta be that one that said, you know what? I may not never make it, but I'm going to die trying because I'm not going to give up. I know what I want. I know what I can do. I know how I can pull people together. I know the influence. But see, the thing that is stopping you is fear. You have told yourself that you've been doing this one thing for so long and you're afraid because of your age, you're afraid to start over. But do you know the thing that God leads you to? He will lead you through it because he is no respecter of person, and there is nothing short that he can't do. There is nothing tall that he cannot reach. There is nothing big that he can't wrap his arms around. There is not a thing. There is not a thing that he cannot do. So you have to know, good morning, Mary. Thank you so much for joining. You have to make up in your mind that I can do it. And see, when we make the investment in ourselves, we got to say, I can do it. I have invested in everybody else, but now I am going to invest in me. I am going to invest in me. So sometimes, all the time, we have to be active participants in our own lives because we have given. We have put other people in the spotlight. We have spotlighted other people. We have helped other people in secret. We have cried about other people. We have prayed for other people. We have done this. We have went out of our way. And some of us, we have done without. We have done without for other people. It is time that you think, not just that you think everybody else is so worthy and so worth it, but you got to think that you're worth it. You're worth it. And you have been happy moving and operating in the background because you feel like everybody else. And I'm not going to say you feel like everybody, but you feel like a lot of people have what you don't have. So in your mind, the enemy is trying to tell you that they're better, but they're no better than you are. They don't have anything more than you do. They may have a different thing than you have, but you can do what you want to do. We got to be intentional. We got to be a participant in our own life. It's time out for you to putting everybody else on the pedestal. You telling yourself, and this is the thing, this is how the enemy works, and this is how he communicate with you. You telling, you just say, I like to help people, and I like to help people, and I'm okay. I like to help people. But deep down inside, you want to be recognized. You need somebody to recognize the work that you are doing. You need somebody. Sometimes you just need somebody, not that it's going to make or break you, but sometimes it'll be really nice for people to just say thank you and really mean it. Sometimes it would just be nice for somebody to say, let me do this for you because I see you. So this season, you're going to have to say that I've done so much for other people. I've spotlighted other people. I wanted to see other people do well. I've helped people. I've done this and I've done that. But now it's my time. It is my time. It's time for me to take care of my desires. It's time for me to live the life of my dream. It's time for me to get my health together. It's time for me to get my finances together. It's time for me to get myself together where I can say that now I am ready to live the life of my dream. It's my time. It is my time. I've been helping. I've helped my kids. I've helped my siblings, and I helped my parents, and I helped my grandparents. I even helped my coworkers and my friends. Now it's time for you to help yourself. It's time for you to make an investment in yourself. I don't know if it's in your finances. I don't know if it's in your, in your health. I don't know if it's in your business. I don't care what it's in. You need to say that, you know what? Instead of me putting my money out for everybody else, I'm going to start putting some money out for me. I'm going to start the business that I want to start. I am going to take care of my health. I've been telling myself, I can't afford it. I've been telling myself that I can't do this. I've been telling myself I can't get this vehicle, or I can't live in this place, and I can't do this thing. Good morning, Evangelist Dorothy. Thank you so much for joining. But you really can if you was to stop doing so much for other people and thinking that they are better and said that it is time for me to do something for me. So we want to make sure that we want to make sure that we have a desire. We want to make sure that we make a decision. We want to make sure that we are active participants in our lives. We want to make sure that we are active participants in our lives because it's our time. It is time for us to make a change. It is time for us to realize and recognize that we are just as important. It's time. So the next thing I need you to do, you got to be committed. You got to be committed. You have started and stopped things down through the years because when you start working on stuff for you, you think somebody else's problem takes priority over yours. You hear me? You have started and stopped things. You have dreamed about things for years. But every time you decide that you're going to do something for you, some family member, some friend, some person somebody you work with, somebody that you have met, somebody that you have become familiar with, now their problem become your priority. Their problem become your priority. So you put your stuff on the back burner. Things that you wanted to do before you got married, before you had kids, dreams that you had when you got out of high school, you still haven't fulfilled because every time you put one foot forward to do something for you, something come up. And you helping somebody else. So I need you to get committed. I need you to get committed. To say, you know what, I have made a decision. I have made a decision that I am going to make a change in my life. in my life, when you're not able to get around because you're not healthy, I swear you telling my story. Well, the old one, yes. Help us, Lord. I need you all to share this out. Share this out, because I know there are other people that need to know, because we have been such a blessing to other people. But it's now time, Sasha, for your story to turn around. It's now time for you, not to say that we got to stop helping people, but we got to make sure our number one help goes to us. So we got to be intentional. I was so amazed at how many people that didn't take advantage of the opportunity that was put out on yesterday. Didn't take advantage of the opportunity that was put out last week. And I'm gonna tell you, last week I told people, I said, you know what? If a person want to start their business, this was last week. I said, I will pay half of your startup. If a person want to experience this new app, I'll pay half of you getting started. I had one person take advantage of that. Yesterday, kind of didn't do a lot of talking, just put a post out there, and I don't think I had nobody to respond. Well, you can start your business for $1. So, but we'll say that we ready to do something. We'll say that I want to be a part of something. We'll say that we are broken. We'll say that I wish I had a different stream of income. And sometimes we'll say, well, I'm into this and this. If you don't have 9 or 10 streams of income and you just in this and this only equal 2 things. And see, this is the thing that I want to tell you about, when you think about, you have to have, make a decision and have desires and work toward it. One, because your dream is not going to, your job is not going to allow you to live the life of your dream. Your job is going to barely let you pay your bills. Your job is going to barely allow you to pay your bills. If you want to do anything extra, you got to have a hustle. You got to have a hustle, and not just a hustle. You got to have several hustles in order for you to be able to travel the world, and in order for you to be able to help people, in order for you to be able to live the life of your dreams and have the things that you want. Your job ain't going to do that. No, your job is not going to do that. The job lets you pay the water bill and the light bill and maybe put a roof over your head and get you some transportation. May not be the car you want, but your job do not allow you to have that freedom that you want. And I'm not talking about what somebody give you. I'm not talking about the things that somebody may bless you with every now and again. I'm talking about, do you have a steady life where you can live the life of your dream, that when a COVID-19 hit, that you really wasn't impacted because your income wasn't coming from the sources that was targeted or that was hit during COVID-19. You can't just have a thing where, you got all these businesses. Now you got Target on the fence. You got J.C. Penney's on the fence. You got Chuck E. Cheese on the fence. So when we got a one-way model in our business, if we only have one thing, and we can look at the travel industry. We can still be excited about the travel industry. We can say that the travel industry is going to be booming because when people get out of quarantine, they going to want to go somewhere. But in the midst of it, nobody trying to buy no travel back in March. A lot of people wasn't trying to do no travel in April. They wasn't trying to do no traveling in May. So during March, the end of March and all of April and May, what were you doing? So you got to think that this can't be my only source. This can't be my only thing. So, you got to have something else going on. So when one thing is weak, that you got another thing that you can pull from. So you're going to have 8 to 10 things. And look at how Richard Branson had over 400 sources of income. And you know how he did it? It wasn't because he was so smart. It wasn't because he had it all together. It wasn't because he this, that, and that. But you know what he did? He had multiple sources of income. You know what he did? He bought other people's time. He wasn't everywhere trying to do everything. He wasn't a one man. He wasn't so independent that he was afraid to partner with people and link up with people. Look him up on Google. He got over 400 sources. Look at Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor only had a 2-month school education. He's wealthy. He is wealthy. So we got to have multiple streams of income. And so I want to put this plug in here right now. The opportunity to start your business for $1 today is still out there. It ends at midnight tonight. I mean, what will it hurt for you to start your business by buying one product that you can use or sell and pay $1 to start your business, even if it didn't work? If you know what, it was funny. I was on the phone last night and a person said that I lose money and I did this and I invested this, and I said, well, no, I just did this. Well, this is my thing. If I don't try a thing, I know 100% that it don't work. But if I try it and it don't work, I am satisfied. But I am not going to sit back and think, well, the last thing I tried didn't work, so I'm not going to try nothing. As long as God keep giving me seed money, as long as he keep giving me seed money, and I don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat. I don't have to worry about my transportation. I don't have to worry about where I'm going to stay. I'm going to try it. Oh, I'm going to try it. Because, see, we would sit back and think that if I can just work another day on my job and if I can get more hours is not going to get you more money on your job. More hours on your job is going to drain you of your 1,440 minutes in a day. And what more hours is going to do is give you more taxes, and you're not going to see more of an increase. That time that you put more on a job, you can be putting more into you and said that I can do more in me. My job is my dream funder. My job help pay for the things that I do. But I'm sure going to try it. I'm going to try it. So the offer is out here even today to start your own business for $1 plus a product that you can use. You can buy a liquid vitamin. You can buy some detox tea and sell it if you don't want to use it, but you done started your business. A lot of people say, I wish I can start my business. I wish I can get into this. I wish I can do this. And then this is what killed me about a lot of people. Not kill me. No, it don't. Lord, forgive me. This is what, in my mind, I be thinking, you see people not doing something, and when you talk to them, my cousin do that. Oh, my friend do that. My sister. Well, why you not in it? Why you not doing it? And the part that it don't matter if they're not in it. If they're not promoting it to you and somebody else come to you, you shouldn't be worried about them getting offended, because them selling it don't have nothing to do with you joining. So you cannot get offended. I don't care what business or what industry you in. Don't get mad because somebody done signed up with somebody else, because somebody else is advertising their business from that angle. You're afraid to speak to people. You're afraid to talk to people about travel. You're afraid to speak to people about your supplements or about your clothing line. You're afraid to speak to people about your cleaning business or about your book or about your program. You are afraid to tell people, but you got somebody that was bold enough to present them with an opportunity, but you will get mad and say, well, how you sign up with them? Because they presented me with an opportunity that you didn't. You asked me about trying something. You didn't ask me about being on your team. You didn't tell me that I can build a business with $1. You didn't tell me that I can start from nothing, and if I just put in a little effort that I can get a daily payout. You didn't tell me that I can add an extra $500 to $700 a week to my income. You didn't tell me how easy this was. You was telling me that you're not doing well in the business, so you was discouraging me from wanting to even try it. But then when I look at what you do, you're afraid to talk to people about it. You can't be afraid to talk to people, because now you said you're afraid of selling. You're not selling, you're sharing. If you're a product of the product, you are sharing an opportunity with people that they would love to have if they only knew about it. But you won't talk about it. You won't tell people about it. because you're afraid. It's over 7 billion people in this world. Why are we afraid to tell 10 about something that we're passionate about? Why are we afraid to tell 10 about something that we love doing? I love to travel. I love the energy that I have. I love to be able to get up and do what I do. So I want to share that with people. I want to share my energy with people. I want to share my vault of wisdom with people. I want to share my studies with people. I want to share what I've learned. Folks don't want to sell. Yet they sell their self every day. Yes, they do. A lot of times when you telling people you got this from this place and, oh, did you try this? That's selling. You advertising. You just not getting none of the benefits. You're an unpaid affiliate partner. You're an unpaid partner. When you telling them, did you try this and have you done this? Good morning, Belinda. Thank you so much for joining. You are unpaid salesman. You are selling other people's product, but you are not benefiting from it. So why is it that we are afraid to step out? Why is it that we are afraid to try? So you have to be committed. You have to be committed. You have to be committed. And then once you get committed, set yourself some goals. Set yourself some goals and break them down. Measure them. Put a date on it. Good morning, Judith. Thank you so much for joining. Put a date on your goals. Measure your goals. See where you are. See where you're trying to go. See what you need to do to get there. But don't sit back and suffer and figure you don't have no way. You don't have to suffer financially. We don't have to suffer emotionally. We don't have to suffer physically. We don't have to suffer because there are ways out here for us to make it. There are ways for us to make it. You got to be active. You got to make a decision in your life. You got to be active. So who is committed to making a decision? What do you want? Have you ever sit down and had a conversation with yourself to say, what do I want? What is it that I really want? If time and money was not a problem, what would I be doing? And I guarantee you, a lot of you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. You're doing what you're doing to get by. You're doing what you're doing because that's what you've been doing for a while. And you're afraid to try something new. You're afraid of what people going to say. People going to say you crazy because you've been there and that's a good job. They don't even know the hell you have to go through to stay on that job. They just talking from the outside looking in. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what you got to do. They don't know how you overworked and underpaid. They don't know how you called up on and not recognized. They don't know how somebody else is taking the credit for the work that you do. They do not have a clue, but they telling you that you should stay there. They don't have a clue. So you got to decide. They may not have a clue. Good morning, Toshiba. Thank you so much for joining. You got to decide, what do I want? What is it that I want? What do I want? Do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? Good morning, Stanley. Thank you so much for joining. Do you know what that is? What is it that you want? I really want time freedom. Let's talk about that, Sasha. Let's talk about that. Because, see, time freedom is a wonderful thing to want. And that's why when we have time freedom, when we desire time freedom, and you know, time is, that's my jam. When we talk about freeing up time, that is my jam. Because, see, a lot of times we are widespread. We are widespread. We're busy. But when we look back over our day and we look back in our bank account, we busy and broke. I really, really want time freedom. So let's go down that path, Sasha. You got to be at a point that you make money while you sleep. Where everything that you do, you can put in a little time in what you do, and then the rest of the time you making money while you sleep. See, this is the business. I'm gonna tell you something. The business that I'm in right now with TLC, they do daily payout. They do daily payout. I have been getting paid every day. Every day. So when I'm asleep or when I'm doing something else, when I'm not doing anything, I'm making money. See, a lot of times we find ourselves occupying over half of our space, doing stuff, trying to do stuff. But no, we want to set up stuff that when we don't want to do nothing, when we want to spend time with our boo, when we want to spend time with babe, we don't have to have it in our mind. Amen. Because all that shine ain't gold. It sure ain't. It ain't even real. Ain't even close to gold. Don't have no value to it, Regina. You know, a lot of times we can't spend time with those that we love because we're so busy being busy, but being broke. We figure I got to do this. We on call after call in Zoom room and boom room, and we doing this and we doing that. But you need to make it where you're not having to do something every time you make $1. That's what you need to hear. You don't have to do something because, see, we got 3 models. We got 3 models. Check it out. One model is you trading time for money. You got to go to work, you get paid by the hour, or you got to go to work, you get paid a salary, and you got to do a thing for that money. We trade time for money. Some of us, you trade time, you trade time for money. So you going to work, right? You going to work, you showing up, you doing what you do. You showing up, you doing what you do. Some of us, we use money for money. So we try to take a little money to make a little money. We try to take a little money. But see, you can't take no money to make no money if you ain't got no money to make no investment. If you don't have no money to put in an investment. But guess what? When you take money to make money and there's a flop in the stock market like we saw in April and May, you done lost. I mean, you can put in some every day. You can be out there on the stock market and it's booming. But when it crashed, did you look at your 401k back at the end of April and the 1st of May? I know mine dropped significantly. But did you look at your stocks that you have been purchasing? Did you did you evaluate how that was a difference made in your bottom line? Good morning, Wanda. Thank you so much for joining. So again, you got people that won. You got people that they trade time for money. You got people that do money for money. They try to invest some money to make some money. Sometimes the investment's good. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes they make money. Sometimes they lose money. It's a gamble. But then you got the third way is multiple streams of income. Multiple streams of income. And I think I have, and I might have left it in the house because I didn't even know I was going to talk about this. But I'm going to look really quick. Let me look really quick. Oh, I hope it's in here. Oh, I hope it's in here. Okay. Yes. Multiple streams of income. So this is what I did. I took the time and wrote down all the ways that I make income. Coaching, books, life app, face masks, t-shirts, insurance, mentoring, speaking engagement, credit repair, travel, group coaching, consulting, teeth whitening, total life changes, CDs, high-end coaching, and my investments out on the market. Do you see how I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17 sources of income? How many do you have? Good morning, Hazel. Thank you so much for joining. So you got to think about, you got to have more than one stream of income. You cannot sit back and think that it's just going to come. What's meant to be is going to happen. No, you got to take action. And why would you sit back and have to wait to something to come when you can be making things happen on behalf of yourself, on behalf of your legacy, on behalf of your future? What is it that you can be doing? I know you're trying to do just the one thing. I know you're thinking, you're saying, I can just do one thing. But how many successful people do you know that did one thing? Look at Bishop T.D. Jakes. He's not just a pastor. He's not just bishop of the Potter's house. He's in movies and he have speaking engagement. He got books galore. He's on songs and he's an actress, and that's where his wealth come from. Because it don't come from people half paying their tithes. You know, because a lot of people don't even believe in paying their tithes. So you can't say, well, oh, he's doing this and that because, you know, he's just getting from the church and he's just doing this and he's just... No, he is putting in the work. He is writing books. He's using the gifts that God gave him. He is having multiple streams of income. Richard Branson, he have 400 streams of income. Why? Because he didn't just buy time. He bought other people's time. And do you know why they want to buy our time? Because we know, he know, just like we know, time is valuable and it's a resource that you can't get back. So you may not have but 1,440 minutes, but can you imagine if you had 10 people working for you? Can you imagine if you had 20 people working for you or 100 people working for you and you multiplied their time, you multiplied their time? So why is it that we're stuck on, oh, I got my job, or you say I'm so busy and we so busy, but we broke. I don't have time to do that. If your bank account is not where it need to be, if you don't have no legacy for your future grandkids or your kids and all these things, you cannot be sitting back talking about you so busy. How is it that we so busy when we're not living the life that we were created and called and mandated to live? How we gonna help somebody if we ain't got nothing to help them with? How are we going to be a blessing to somebody? How are we going to help frontline workers? And how are we going to help the homeless and the hungry and the orphans and the widows? How are we going to help those in needs when we don't have nothing to help them with? Good morning, Robert. Thank you so much for joining. So you got to open up your mind and have multiple income streams. Are you open to that? Are you open to having multiple income streams? You don't have to. See, we had this mindset that I don't know how to start. Do you know why some of our lives repeat the same old cycle? Because we keep on doing the same old thing. We know that is the definition of insanity. We keep doing the same old thing. We keep doing the same old thing. You keep going to work day in and day out. Nobody's doing a bunch of overtime. So if you're making $10, $15 an hour, whatever, if you're making $10 an hour and get 40 hours a week, that ain't but $400. You let them take Uncle Sam's money out. You let them get FICA up out of there. You let them take out your health insurance. What you got? $300 and $312 a week? How can we live off of $600 in a 2-week period? Do you know what I can do with $600? I can go. Good morning, good morning, Elder Anderson. Thank you so much for joining. We got to get out of this box. We got to get out of this box and stop allowing ourselves to be limited to the one thing that we're doing because we say we don't have time. We don't have time not to have time. We don't have time to sit around to say, I'm just going to work my job. I'm going to sleep the rest of the time and do this thing right here. But I'm not doing nothing to bring in an extra income. I'm not doing anything to bring in a passive income. I'm not doing a thing that I can do that do not require me to show up and do something with my hands every time something needs to be done. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you just waiting on your check? You know, and listen, check this out. How many of us are addicted? We are addicted. Good morning, Jackie. Thank you so much for joining. How many of us are addicted to the paycheck? The paycheck is like crack. The paycheck is like crack. Why you said that, Coach? Because we are addicted. We know, if it's weekly, it's coming. If it's coming every 2 weeks or however your pay cycle run, we're addicted to the check. So we won't go do anything else because that's our comfort zone. As long as we got something to rely upon, that was a confirmation for me. I just said $300 2 days ago. My God. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you, Belinda. This thing, see, a lot of times people think that you're just rambling and you're just talking. But no, God knows. God knows. God knows. But we got to think about when we close ourselves down for opportunities. They're unlimited. They are really unlimited. And when I say addicted to the paycheck, we're addicted to the paycheck because we are afraid to launch out in the deep because we say, I don't know how to swim. But you got all these things. You don't have to know how to swim to get in the water. You don't have to go way out there. Do you know you can go deep in the water and never touch the water? You can go out in the water in a big ship. You don't have to know how to swim to do that. But a lot of us will say, no, I ain't getting out in the water because I don't know how to swim. We won't even put our feet in the water to get our foot wet. We won't even get adjusted. We won't even let our body cool off because we will not sit down long enough to make a plan, to make a decision, to say I am committed and I'm going to try something different. I am going to try something new. I am going to launch out in the deep. I'm going to get off the show. I am going to get off the sidelines. I'm going to stop thinking that it's not possible. It's possible. Sometimes our strategies have to change. That was my confirmation. Just said $300 2 days ago. Yeah. We got to stop being addicted to the paycheck. Thinking that we're doing good because we're working, a part-time gig. Thinking that we're doing good because of what our title is. Thinking that we're doing good. Because see, when you think about, even with our job and even with our title, you think about and think about this. Check this out. Do you know all the stuff that you have to go through to help somebody else get rich? They make you go pee in a cup. And I know when I got hired on my job, they didn't do the urine test. They did the hair follicles. They cut out a piece of my hair. They had to cut out a patch of your hair to do your drug screening, right? So these are the things. Listen, let me start back. To be in business for yourself, you don't have to have no degree. You don't have to have no education. You don't have to have a bunch of certification. Baby, all you got to do is have a solution. But you can take your solution to somebody else's job and they'll put you through the ringer to help them make money. You got to have a degree. You got to have an updated driver's license. They want you to have all type of certifications, and you got to have a proof of this, and you got to have a copy of that. You got to go through all these interview processes, and you got to fill out an application, and you got to do this, that, and the third for you to help them become rich. But we won't start our own business because see, these are the things. They ain't gonna teach you this in school. They teach us how to be good employees and not employers. Why is it that we do not make up the mind where we can have teams and make dreams and build dreams and have teams of our own, where we can have businesses where we the ones giving individuals jobs, where we can hire internships, where we can hire interns to say you can get your experience here for when you go out and launch out your own business, when you go and launch out your own consulting firm, when you go and launch out your own practice, where you get your own office, where you're doing your own rental properties, you can be your own real estate agent, where you can be your own broker. Why is it that we are not building out things, but we have to go through all this stuff to work for somebody else and build their dream and build up their bank account and send their kids to Disney World and let them go to places that you will never go. Let them do things that you will never do. But you don't have to do none of that to start your own business. All you got to do is have a dream. All you got to do is have a solution. All you got to do is make a decision, and we won't do it. How many times you have went look for a job and they keep telling you they're not hiring and you keep going back. You keep going back. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. You keep going back trying to see if they hiring. Do you selling yourself? So why you can't sell a product to somebody? Why you can't sell your service to somebody? You know you good at what you do. You good at designing. You good at decorating. You good at cleaning. I don't care. Do you know how many... You good at what you do, but you are good at doing it for somebody else. Why you can't open up your own executive business where you are doing secretarial work because you're doing consulting work, Regina, for somebody else? But we're afraid. We saying, oh, won't nobody pay me what I'm worth. Won't nobody pay me what I'm worth and what I can do. My fee an hour, when I talk to people one-on-one and I do consulting work, and I mean, it's $300 an hour. It's $300 an hour for the consultant work that I do. I am writing, consultant agreements at 9 and 15K. It's possible. It is possible, because when you can change a person's bottom line, when you can change a person's life, you cannot be afraid to charge what you are worth and not what they can afford. Because if they want it, they will make it happen. They can't afford not to. They gotta make it happen. But we are afraid. We are afraid because we feel like, well, nobody's going to pay for it. Don't nobody want what I have. Don't nobody, this and that. You got to stop making decisions for people and put the stuff out there. Stop making decisions. How many things that you bought that you didn't ever think that you would buy? How many things that you thought that you would do? We know how much we'll spend on some clothes and how much we'll spend on some dresses and some suits and how much you never thought you would do that. But once you had the money to do it, you did it. Once you had the money to do it, you did. I never thought that I'd pay $50,000 and $60,000 for a vehicle. But when I had the money and the opportunity to do it, I did it. You would do what you can based on what you have, but you will settle for what you got if you don't think you can do better. You heard me? You can sell and do what you want to do. But those same things that you're being super good with other people, you selling yourself short for $10 and $15 an hour. Why are you selling yourself short of $10 and $15 an hour? This is really helping me. Why are we selling ourselves short for an hourly rate and that time freedom? We can have it because, see, the thing that you do, listen, Sasha, listen to me. That thing that we go and do, just say if we made $10 a day, $10 an hour, you go and work 8 hours for $10, you ain't got but $80. We got to start doing the math. Good morning, Jerlene. Start doing the math. You go somewhere making $10 an hour. You working 8 hours. You have not made but $80. Do you not know of a thing that you can sell in a day and make $80? $80 a day. You know how to craft things and make things and write up things and all these things. $80, I can get out of here and sell 4 books. And I can just ask 4 people, will you buy 4 books? And I can do that in 10 or 15 minutes and not have to go sit on somebody's job for 8 hours to make $80. But we won't start our own business. Do you see why they will pay for our time? Because they see that our time is valuable, not to us, but to them. This is some good stuff here. Thank you so much. Our time is not valuable to them for us. It's valuable to them for them. So they'll be glad to give you $10 for 8 hours. They'll be glad to give you $80. Because do you know how much money you're making for them in an 8-hour period? Good morning, Jillian. Thank you so much for joining. Do you know how much money you are making for them in an 8-hour period? Do you know how many products you're making? How many packages you're putting together? How many things that you're assimilating? How many things you're articulating? How many letters you're written? How much you are making for them in an 8-hour period, and they give you $80? Think about it like this. Think about it. What if that week you didn't work but one day? You make $10, 8 hours, you made $80. They're going to take taxes out of that. So for a whole week, what if COVID hit? When they shut down, what if it was on a Monday? They say, okay, after Monday, don't come back to work. You work them 8 hours. They're going to take taxes out of that. They're going to take your insurance fee out of that and all this crazy stuff they take out of that. And you bring home about $56. How does that make you feel when you break down the numbers? See, a lot of times I don't think that we really pay attention to the numbers, because when you pay your bills or you get your little check, you get your check for the 2 weeks, you figure, okay, I got $600 or $700, but you break that thing down by the day. So you got to start thinking about your things like mountains and boulders and rocks and gravel and sand. And you break it down to the finest amount. When you start breaking down your time by the hour, you see you ain't getting nothing. A whole 60 minutes, you got $10. I charge $300 an hour. I do. And people pay it. Why? Because it's valuable. It's valuable. We sell ourselves short because we are afraid to start. We feel like it's easier. It's easier for me just to go in the work. People are afraid of entrepreneurship. They are afraid of entrepreneurship, but the ones that do it say, why it took me so long to start this thing? I don't know if you know, I don't know what you know how to do. I don't know if you cut hair, if you cook. I don't know if you sing. I don't know what you do, but whatever it is that you do, you need that to be your hustle to supplement your job, because your job was never meant for you to live over making it. Your job wasn't designed for you to live over making it. You're not going to live over making it having a job. Good morning, Sharice. Thank you so much for joining. You are not going to live over making it. You're going to be with a job. You down here. You ain't going to never get over making. You're going to be down here with your job. You're going to have to rob Peter to pay Paul with your job. You're going to have to skip some in order to get some this week. And you're going to have to eliminate some stuff. You're going to have to settle for some stuff. You're going to have to do without some stuff. You're going to have to say you okay with some stuff that you're really not okay with. You want to do more. You want to do more for yourself. You want to do more for your family. You want to do more for your kids. But you only able to do what you're able to do with what you got. Just over broke. That's what your job is. You broke. And we see that when you on a job, you can miss one pay period and you can be in poverty. You can miss one pay period and be almost outdoors. We saw that, last year when the world shut down, we had just a glimpse of it. But look at all the businesses where you think that they should have a big bottom line. Look at the Chuck E. Cheese's that they're potentially bankrupting and going out of business. Look at James Cash Penny. As long as they have been in business, you would think that they should be able to shut down just for a little while and be okay. But when you think about it, they don't have a lot of money sitting to the side to say, I am able to respond to COVID-19. A lot of us are not able to respond. A lot of people have suffered financially because we were not prepared with multiple streams of income before COVID-19. We didn't have an emergency fund. We didn't have a savings account. A lot of people didn't. I did. I haven't suffered anything. I thank God. I haven't had to stop paying my tithes. I thank God. I thank God. You got to know. You got to know that your job is never going to allow you to live the life of your dream. Your job is going to have you barely making it. Your job is going to have you barely getting by. Your job is going to have you stressed out, not just because you're not making a lot of money. Sometimes on your job, you're working with crazy people. You're working with people that don't know the Lord. You're working with people that don't understand value. You're working with people that don't appreciate the work that you do. You're working with people that you make look good and they go out of their way to make you look bad. You're working with people. And working with people is a problem all by itself. Different personalities. So you got to know, even in this season, you got to be able, you don't want to be just pulling from out your savings and still ain't got nothing coming in. You got to have something that's constantly going into the savings account. Every day I have a deposit that comes from my business that goes directly to my savings account that I don't have to touch. I get paid every day, a daily payout. You got 4 ways that you're using your time. You either spending time, you wasting time, you selling time, or you are investing your time. Did you hear me? I'm going to tell you that again. Then we're going to break that thing out. I'm excited, y'all. I should have been off of here, but since y'all up in here and you engaging, I'm enjoying it. I'm going to say it again. You are spending time, you're wasting time, you're selling time, or you investing it. And that's where we need to be. We need to be at a place of investing our time. Yes, residual income, passive income. I need income when I'm sleeping. I need income when I'm not doing nothing. I need income when I'm just laying there, when I'm sitting on chill, when I don't feel like doing anything. I made money the last 2 days when I was sick. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to do nothing. I wish I can show it to you. I wish I can show it to you. I'm gonna put it in the comments when I hang up here, where you get a daily where it say your wallet has been loaded, your wallet has been loaded, your wallet has been loaded, your wallet has been loaded. And when my wallet be loaded, I just transfer it to the savings account. So you're doing 4 things with your time. You're doing 4 things with your time. Let's y'all ready? Come on, give me if I can keep going, if you're gonna stay here, we're gonna break this time down. If you're tired, we can end this thing. Come on. Can I get some ones? If you want me to keep going, let's get some ones, or let's say yes, say something. If you want me to keep going, say something. If not, we can shut this thing off. I'm telling you, I'm excited. I'm ready. All right, let's do it. That's all. 1 is good enough for me. Let's do it. Okay. So spending time. You know how sometimes we say, okay, I'm spending time. Sometimes we can be spending time with our loved ones, with our friends. We can be spending time with different ones. We're spending it, and we got to think about how much time we have in a day. We have 1,440 minutes. Everybody get the same time. Black, white, rich, poor, smart, unlearned, degreed, undegreed, all that. We all get the same time, right? So we just spending time. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much. We're just spending time. Share this out. So we're spending time. We're spending it. You got 1,440 minutes. 1,440 minutes. You probably spending time with your family, your friends, your loved one, your boo, your bae, your chocolate drop, whatever you call them. You're spending your time, but you ain't making no money. You spending your time, but you're not accomplishing anything. You're not productive. And this is my little tagline. And for broke folks and for folks that don't understand, they get offended. And they may think that sounds harsh, but you can think what you want to think. I say if it's not productive, value added, and making money, I don't have time for it. If it's not productive, value added, or making money, I don't have time for it. It gotta be productive. It gotta be, when I mean productive, it gotta be part of the way to the path, to the place that I'm heading. If it's not productive, I'm not going to do things just to say I'm doing it. I don't come on here just to say I'm coming on here. I come on here on this Facebook Live every day for a purpose. Good morning, Demetria. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Deborah. Thank you so much for joining. I come on here for a purpose. So you have to know that your time must be productive. If you're going to spend your time, make sure it's productive. See, it can be productive when you're spending time with your family. Why? Because you're creating memories. Why? Because they're not going to be here always. Why? So you want to spend your time wisely. Spend your time wisely. You have to have purpose for your posts. See, my purpose when I come over here is not just to empower you, but to encourage you to take action. For you to not just be sitting back thinking that, we're in the midst of quarantine and COVID-19, and we're in the midst of, the coronavirus, and we're in the midst of, this pandemic, and we're in the midst of, the George Floyd protesting, and we're in the midst of, police brutality, and we're in the midst of this, that, and the third. But you got to say that I'm in the midst of this thing. My family is not going to be here always. My time got to be well spent, because once I lose it, I can't regain it. Spending time. Spend your time wisely. Spend it wisely. Spend it with people that's going to build you up and not tear you down. Spend it with people that's going to believe in you and not spend your time wisely. Spend your time wisely. When you think about spending your time, this is good to me, y'all. I don't know what this doing for you, but this right here is good to me. You don't need to sit around somebody that's going to tear you down, that you ain't nothing. You're not going to be nothing. You're not going to do nothing. You will never accomplish nothing. You don't need to sit around with people that's telling you what won't work. You need to have some believing partners with you that say, girl, you can do it. You can do that. You can do that. That's what you want. Oh, you can do that. You need to spend your time wisely. Yeah. See, you don't have to spend your time trying to be like nobody else. See, for me, you know, sometimes people think that, you know, you gotta do it this way and you gotta, no, my energy is my energy. My personality is my personality. My way is my way. But that's what's make me different. Because see, if different was supposed to be the same, different wouldn't even exist. You don't have to be like nobody else. That's another thing that has been holding you back. You think that you got to be like everybody else. I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to stand out. I want you to know. And this is what one of my coaching clients told me. She said, oh, amazing. I want to be amazing. Because somebody put that in the comments that I want to be amazing. Amazing. I thought that was beautiful. I said, girl, you know I got to use that. Amazing. Hashtag, thank you so much, Camelia Graham out of New York City, one of my coaching clients. But anyway, so you got to spend your time wisely. Know that you're not going to be here always. You're not going to be here to enjoy your family, and you're not going to be here for your family to enjoy you. So you got to lose the toxic people. You got to get rid of people that don't believe in you. You got to get rid of people that don't build you. You got to get rid of people that's telling you that it's not possible. I need some people that at least think it's possible. But if all I hear from you is negativity to tell me, oh, that ain't possible. Oh, you would never do that. You would never be able to charge $300 an hour. Oh, nobody is going to pay you to do that. You are never going to be able to write contracts that's $10,000 and $15,000. You're never going to have a $50,000 program. I don't need you in my circle. That's a lie. I need people to tell you, girl, you can do it. You need people around you telling you, you need to be charging more. I had somebody tell me, you know, we did these breakout sessions in this training and she said, you know, easily. She said, no, you need to go up on that. That need to be, you know, what you was charging for this. No, you need to be charging XYZ. That need to be $1,000. I said, sounds good to me because I know the impact. I know the impact. Your time need to be spent wisely. Number 2, let us go. You're wasting time. You're wasting time. How am I wasting time, coach? You ain't doing nothing. You sitting around watching TV. You watching all your favorite this, your favorite that. But you know your favorite that you watching, they're living their dream. That's what they wanted to do. That's what they put in their journal. That's what they visualized. That's what they journaled about. That's what they dreamed about. That's what they documented. That's what they had on their 3x5 index card. That's what they put on their vision board. They're living their dream while you sit there and let yours die. Because you said you don't know. You're going to just wing today. You don't know what to do today. You're wasting time. You're wasting time when you sitting around doing nothing toward your dreams. You're not going to be able to live the life of your dream if you're not putting in no time. You haven't made a decision. You're indecisive. You're in the middle. You kind of sort of want it. I want it, don't want it. You got to know what you want and put in the time. TV is such a time waster, and so is social media. If you ain't in a place getting nuggets like I'm dropping, you don't need to be on there just scrolling, looking for the latest news, something else to have you scared and disappointed because you looking at this and you looking at that, and you sitting there wasting your time. Being nosy, seeing what everybody else is accomplishing to make you feel bad because you feel like you are not where you should have been at the age and at the time and in this season and all these different sorts of types of things. Get off of those things that are not building you up. Wasting time. Oh, this is good to me. Wasting time. You're wasting time. You're just sitting around doing nothing. You finding everything else to do. You cleaning stuff and cleaning stuff. You cleaning and cleaning the clean stuff. You just doing this, that, and the third to stay busy because you are not facing the things that you need to face. You are not working on the things that you need to work on. You sitting around watching all your stories, and you got a whole thing, all this stuff that you got to do, and these people you got to see. And see them people that you love, you try to go meet them in person. They're going to have this security guard to escort you on out. You can't even get close to them. They don't even want to talk to you. You got some of them, and I know they can't take pictures with everybody. We on this selfie thing, but you got all these people that you ride and live fans. You die hard fans. Anytime they come on, you glued to the TV and your dream is dying. You hitting it today. You hitting it today. I'm telling you, this right here is good to me. Now, some of y'all, you're selling time. You selling time. And the people that's buying your time, as I said, they're buying your time because they know your time is valuable. They'll be glad to give you $10. They'll be glad to give you, and some of them be glad to give you $15. You selling your time. You selling time for money. And that's called the hourly rate. That's called the salary. That's called the salary where they get more hours out of you because you're on a salary, and they think that you're supposed to work from sun up to sundown because you on a salary. They think that you on a salary. I'm trying to find my lip gloss, y'all. They think because you're on a salary that you're supposed to work at they beck and call. No, but we got hours. We work either 7 to 3, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, and that comes with a lunch break. We are not working around the clock, and we're not doing it just because we're working from home either. We shutting this computer off, we cutting this phone off, or whatever we got to do. But we ain't working around the clock because we working from home, because you're not paying me around the clock. You're selling time. I need you all. This is a small business owners. Jay's Puckers Up. This stuff right here is the truth. If you like your lips to be popping, come on now. This one of those paying sessions. Oh, yes, it is. Need to put my Cash App out here because this right here is stuff that I talk about with my paying clients. Need to put that Cash App out here. But look, this is Jay's Puckers Up. Jay's Pucker Ups. Jay's Pucker Up. Patronize with small black business owners. Patronize with small white business owners. Patronize with small Asian business owners. I don't care what color they is. Patronize with people so when COVID-19 hit, small businesses will still be able to function. Jay's Puckers Up. She's online. I'll share her information after the fact. What's your Cash App? Let me put my Cash App down here. Action Speaks. There's my Cash App. Thank you all so much. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. There's something going on behind me. I just pray. Can I just pray just for a quick second, Lord? Father, Heavenly Father, I just pray that you would just intervene, God, that whatever is going on, that you will just step in, God, that there will be no violence, God. God, I know that you're in control, God, that you will, God, that you will intervene, that you will step in, God. And God, I'm just asking that it's in your hands, God. And Father God, I just trust and believe that you'll work that thing out. In the name of Jesus, amen. Amen. I'm so sorry, but I hear commotion behind me. So please, I hope everything is well. So anyway, so as we were saying, spending time, wasting time, selling time. We got to get out of this hour by hour thing. We got to get out of this hour by hour thing. We selling an hour. And this is the thing. Check this out. Do you know some of the hardest working people are the lowest paid people? So we feel like, they work hard. They work hard, but they don't get paid like they work. They work hard, but they don't get paid the way they work. Some of the hardest working people get paid the less. get paid the least. Some of the hardest working people get paid the least. Have you saw that? Have you saw that? You know, where we selling our time, hour by hour, day in and day out, week in and week out, month in and month out. We have to get out of this hour by hour mentality. You can do what you need to do. If you had your own business, you can set yourself. This is where the time freedom come in. Time freedom and money freedom. Because see, in entrepreneurship, there is no cap on what you can make. You ain't got to worry about no boss being jealous of you making a nice salary. Wow, some of the hardest working people are the lowest paid people. Have you even thought about how the educators that educate everybody else to go be all these things that they are, educators that educate the doctors and they don't pay them no money. Educators that educate your doctors and your lawyers, the professors, they don't get paid no money. They get paid a small amount. They get paid a small amount. I'm talking about educators that educate everybody else. The authors, the nurses, the doctors, the judges, the lawyers, the presidents, the this and the that. They work hard. They pay a lot of money to get degrees to be able to even teach in those areas, in those professions. But they don't get paid no money. How many people in how many places have you seen teachers having to work 2 and 3 jobs? That always confused me. Me too. And they always had to work. I know back in the day when I was growing up, most teachers, they either worked at the school in Walmart or they worked at the school in the casino. They worked at the school or Walmart, and they worked at the school and the casino. So when you think about it, think about the model that we're in. The job model is not designed for us to make it. Teachers that are Uber drivers. So we have to get in this mindset that if we gonna make it, we gonna have to do something different than work a job. And then the fourth way that we spend our time, we invest it. We invest our time by investing in our businesses. To have multiple income streams. Multiple income streams. And so I'm getting ready to get off of here, but I have an offer. This is the offer today. The business that I am a part of, they're doing a $1 startup today. $1 startup. Now, you do have to buy a product, but it's a product that you love, a product that we use. Invest your time. Have multiple streams. Teach us about investing our time. Invest your time. Investing your time, Sharice, what investing your time is investing in you. Reading books. Learning. You invest in time right here. You have invested. I don't know how long you have been in here, but when we invest our time, investing our time is investing in ourselves. Because when you think about it, when you spend time, check it out. When you spend time with families and friends, you invest in, that's other people, right? When you're wasting time looking at TV and looking on social media, that's other people, right? When you sell your time and work for somebody else, that's other people, right? But when you invest your time, you are investing in your personal development. You are investing in your own personal development. And when you invest in your own personal development, it gives you the skill set. It gives you the courage. It gives you the confidence to say that I can do everything that teacher said that I wouldn't do. You know, when your third grade teacher told you that you wasn't going to be nobody, You're going to be like your mama, and you're going to be like your daddy. And she didn't know what she was talking about because you're not like neither one of them. You out here living the life of your dream. You got to remember that you have invested in everybody else. You have invested in making memories with your family. You have invested with your friends and your followers on social media. You have invested in your job and letting your employer build their dream with the work that you do. But now you invest your time in personal development. So you should be proud of yourself. If you've been on here listening to me, you stuck out to the end. You said, I have done something for me today. I didn't try to go do nothing for the kids. You wasn't doing nothing for boo or bae. You wasn't working on your job. You wasn't on social media scrolling and searching and doing all these different sorts of types of things. But I have invested in my personal development today. So I'm not going to waste time. I am not going to spend my time. I am not going to, come on now somebody. I'm not selling my time today. But I invested my time today in who? Me. Good morning. Good morning, Tamisha. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Coach Osh. This was much needed. I can do everything and all things in Christ. My dreams shall come to pass. Amen. Thank you all so much. I hope that I've said something to get you moving. If you're interested in starting your own business, join TLC today. This is a great opportunity. And if you use the products, I'm going to tell you, can I tell you a secret? Can I tell you why, when I initially joined the business, why I joined? I use the product. And I can be my own customer. So why would I not get my product at a cheaper price? A lot of times we don't do the math. So we don't really look at, in a lot of cases, how much we're either wasting money and we're underpaid. When we break down our money the way I did, that $80 a day, and they taking taxes out of that, it makes you really look at saying, I ain't making crap. I'm not making nothing. They robbing me. And that's why we sing songs that we overwork and underpaid, because it's reflected in our bottom line. But you don't want to be one that every time you get ready to make a purchase that you got to check your bank account before you can do it. You don't want to be one that you can't do a thing or you can't take advantage of an opportunity because every time you get ready to make a move, you got to save. And by the time that you will have to save, and by the time that you get it saved, the opportunity is over. The opportunity is over. So you want to have an opportunity fund where you said, opportunity like this for me to start a business, whether I'm ready to work it or not, let me get into business while it's at this low cost. I can start a business for $80. You can't go start no brick and mortar. And see, a lot of people, I'm going to give you some more. Let me drop this other nugget. And my phone battery is about low, so I'm going to have to get ready to get off of here. But let me drop you another nugget. Check this out. A lot of people, when they talk about MLMs and multi-level marketing, they said that's a Ponzi. People don't even know what a Ponzi is. We use stuff just because we've heard it. Don't have a clue what a Ponzi is. Let me tell you what a Ponzi is. A Ponzi is, you know how they have like this, this $5 pot. You put in $5 and you get back $1,000. Now that's a Ponzi. You don't have a product and you don't have a service that you're selling. But how is a Ponzi? How is it a Ponzi when you buying a product? I don't care if you are signing on another person up under you. You have a product to sell. You have a service to sell. And you are getting something for your money. But if you put in $5 and think you're going to get $1,000, that's the Ponzi. That's the difference. But people that don't understand, they'll say anything. But you know what? I think, because when you really think about a job, that's a doggone Ponzi. That's a Ponzi. You'll work all year. When they was giving raises, a lot of people don't even give raises no more. But when they was giving raises, you'll work all year for a 25-cent increase. How that make you feel? And sometimes it's not even 25%. Because see, they used to do a 3% cost of living increase. They had got to a point that they was doing 2% across the board. And so 2% on top of nothing is what? Sometimes you get 20 cents. 19 cents, 17 cents. That's what I call a Ponzi. You making $10 and now you making 10. They gave you or if they gave you a 2% raise on your $10, now you making $10.20. That's what you call Ponzi. That's what you call Ponzi. Right? So look, my Cash App is out there. Since this is the pastor said this is a paid session. If you didn't catch my Cash App is Action Speaks. I will put that back here for you. My battery is running down on my phone. I have less than 10%, but I don't care. I will run this baby down to 0. But if you all have any questions, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Anything that you want to add? Anything that I didn't cover? How you feel about this session? Tell me, talk to me. How you feel about it? Was it good to you? It was good to me. I was telling myself, I'm not selling my time. I'm not wasting my time. I ain't spending my time, but baby, I'm going to invest my time in me. When I invest my time in me, I am able to do so much more for you. I have to invest my time. I read a lot. I listen to a lot. I'm involved in a lot. And I invest. I give. And I'm super excited, even with, during COVID-19, that we have still been able to be a blessing to India and Pakistan. Thank you all so much. We have been able to be a blessing to India and Pakistan. We have been able to feed. We have built a new we had that part I caught was good to me, Coach. Thank you, Dr. O. Thank you so much. I have learned a lot. Thank you so much. Share this out. Share this valuable teaching. Thank you so much. Share this out to your communities. Share it out to your friends, your haters, and your naysayers, to know that we got to stop working for these. We got to stop working for pennies when we can be making dollars. It ain't no more about this ching, baby. We got to be making some paper. Good morning, Carla. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Regina. Thank you so much. We got to know it's time for us to stop settling for less because we think we can't do more. It's time for us to stop settling for less because we think we can't do more. I don't care where you located. I don't care where you was raised and where you went to school. I don't care what they said about you and what they told you. Thank you. I must invest more time in me. The more you give, the more it will come back to you. Thank you, Coach O. You are so welcome. Sharing. Thank you so much. Share this out. Share this to your communities and know that you're worth it. I want you to know that you're worth it. You have helped everybody else. You've been putting people up on the stages and in under the spotlight, and you've been, propelling them and encouraging them. Now I'm encouraging you to invest your time in you. Put some of that time in you. And today is a good day to start because I look at Saturdays as self-care days. This is not the day for you to be running around talking about you paying bills and you getting broke. This is the time for you to do something for you. This is the time for you to put some time into you. So when you get off of here, just meditate for a few minutes on the information that was shared and think about how you can use it. Think about how you can make a decision. Think about how you can be committed to your dreams. And you've made sure your children went off to college. You're proud of how good your kids doing. But can you be that proud of you? Can you be that proud of you to say that, you know what? My kids done made it. My kids is grown and gone. My kids have done this. Thanks, Coach. I love listening to you. Thank you so much. You said my kids have all 4 of my kids have graduated high school. I got one that have graduated college. I'm super excited. So you got to say, I've done my do for everybody else. Now it's time for me to do for me. It is time for me to do for me. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some grace and give yourself permission. You don't need somebody else's permission. You don't need somebody else's authorization. You don't need somebody else's approval, but give yourself permission to be great. You got it. You're awesome. Thank you so much. You're awesome too. God bless you. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Don't let that deal pass y'all by. Join the business. It's $1 plus a product. $1 plus a product. It ends at midnight. If you're interested, inbox me. If you're interested, inbox me. Permission to prosper. God bless you, and I pray that you have an amazing day. And remember this, when you sow into fertile ground, you can reap a harvest. You can reap a harvest. When we sow into fertile ground, you will reap a harvest. You will, and you can. God bless you. Bye.